Oklahoma's #1 financial problem is getting worse.
Yeah, one of the state's public pension funds is now close to $10 billion in the red. Tonight, the results of our 3-year investigation into Oklahoma's pension problem.
I would write Painted Desert.
Dina Churchill is a world geography teacher at the Union 6th, 7th grade center.
Picture to the Painted Desert.
But recently, she's been doing her math homework. The Oklahoma Teachers Retirement Fund has an unfunded liability that's close to $10 billion, and the deficit is growing. And that could put thousands of teachers' retirements in jeopardy.
Actually, the older I get, the more concerned I become because it becomes a bigger and bigger issue.
State leaders agree it is becoming a bigger issue and one that can no longer be ignored.
Right now, it's certainly the biggest problem that we're facing by far.
State Treasurer Scott Meacham says in the past, lawmakers have believed that interest on investments would eventually cover the shortfall. But the latest economic downturn has changed their thinking.
Nobody wants to make the tough decisions, and nobody wants to bite the bullet, but sometimes the price of inaction is so great that you can't afford not to act.
At the end of the day, it's not, our unfunded liability is not something that we can invest our way out of.
Dr. James Wilbanks is the director of the Teachers Retirement Fund. It's a fund that's receiving national attention. The Pew Center recently studied public pension funds across the country, and Oklahoma, with its Teachers Retirement Fund, is rated 3rd worst in the nation.
The financial crisis was very deep, it was very severe. We felt a lot of pain.
Dr. Wilbanks says the latest economic downturn is part of the reason why.
At the very top, we had over $9.5 billion in assets. At the very bottom, we had less than $6.5 billion.
To make matters worse for teachers, for a number of years, the State Board of Education has been giving the retirement fund an additional $35 million a year. But this year, due to budget problems, they didn't do that, which means the retirement fund is now paying out more money than it brings in. The good news is the state treasurer is working on a plan to try to dig the state out of the crisis. The plan will be unveiled later this week. Managers of the Teachers Retirement Fund say it took about 40 years to get $9 billion in the hole. They're not going to get out of it overnight. But the mere fact that lawmakers are talking about the problem may eventually lead to a solution. A lot of teachers understand that even if lawmakers find a solution, this is a problem that's going to be around for years to come.
You need to be working with this side.
In the classroom, Dina Churchill has a plan of her own to get results.
Education is underfunded in this state already, and I would challenge the legislature that they don't fund their retirement until they fund teachers' retirement.
Now, during the campaign season, I asked Mary Fallon, now the governor-elect, about the issue, and she agrees it is something that must be addressed. And I'm told Wednesday the state treasurer will unveil a plan that he hopes will try to get Oklahoma out of the red. We'll let you know what happens.